Hey guys, Jason Lanier here. This is going to be a video that's a little bit different than what I normally do. One thing that you guys should know about me, if you don't already, is that I always try to look for new ways to do things, trying to take the technology that we've been given in today's day and age as photographers and utilize it to our benefit. When the A9 first came out, a lot of people, myself included, were super excited about the fact that, you know, this was an answer for people to be able to utilize the 20 frames per second with the electronic shutter for a lot of applications. Those applications including, sports, wildlife, that kind of photography, really fast action type stuff. Well, as you guys know, one of the things that I specialize in is portraiture. Portraiture is typically a one-shot kind of a deal. I mean, you take a shot, you make sure you get it right, so on and so forth. And before anybody out there starts to think that this is about, pray and spray, it's not. I have found a way with the A9 to not waste a single moment or a single ounce of effort out of my subjects. As many of you know, I was a wedding photographer for many years, and I've shot 250, 300 some odd weddings. And in that time, you learn the art of throwing veils and throwing the trains of the dresses and so on and so forth. And you understand just how every moment, if you try to capture it with a 5 frames a second camera or 7 frames a second camera or a 3 frames per second camera, whatever it may be, it can be frustrating. It can be frustrating to do that. And as such, what I train myself to do is to say, you know what, it's not going to work. The frames per second aren't fast enough. I'm just going to try to get that one shot and hit it, and get it really hard, and get a great shot. So we went to the Grand Canyon. I took Maddie to the Grand Canyon. We were on our way up to go capture the solar eclipse, and yes, you'll see pictures and videos from that as well. So I'm here with Miss Maddie. We're here. Where are we, Matt?
We're at the Grand Canyon. Hey guys.
And we are shooting in front of this old lookout that we keep calling a castle.
It's just so majestic out here. It's crazy. I don't know if you guys have been to the canyons before, but it almost looks like a 2D painting. It's so surreal. That's amazing.
It is. Wait till you see the shots of her. This chick's amazing. So what we did was she put on a green fabric outfit, a green skirt and top. And we went, and it's gonna look a little dangerous, but I promise you nobody was ever in danger. It looks a little sketchy, but it wasn't. And we went out and I shot her, and at first I utilized just a single capture. I'm going to share an image with that. And then I turned the camera to 5 frames a second, started capturing, because what I noticed was Maddie would move. And Maddie's very funny. When I shoot her, she wants to see the shots immediately. She's always requesting to see the shots immediately, not because she's critiquing my work, but she's very concerned with how well she poses and what she does. She's very concerned with that, and that's fantastic. And as such, I'm always showing her shots, and so she'll look at the shots and say, "Oh, if only we had captured it when I was doing this or doing that." And she makes me laugh. She's a perfectionist like me. I turned the 5 frames a second on, and when I turn it on, we would capture moment, moment, moment. And then honestly, I had this moment where I'm like, well, hey, stupid, this camera does 20 frames a second. Why are you not just shooting it at 20 frames a second? Well, so I have, devil and angel on my shoulders. The devil's saying, hey, stupid, why don't you just shoot 20 frames a second? The angel's saying, well, that's a lot of memory. I don't want to shoot 500 shots within 1 minute. But when you're in a moment like this, in a location like this, in a scenario like this, it's just poetry in motion. So I switched the camera to 20 frames a second. We did about 10 sets, maybe even more, maybe around 13, 14 sets. and I'm going to share those with you guys. I'm going to share the shots. I'm going to share the shots that I felt out of each set was the aha shot. I'm also going to critique a few of these shots and let you guys see the importance of making sure that you have all body parts and limbs not too close to the edges when you're shooting with a wide angle lens, because when you are shooting with a wide angle lens, anytime they get any limbs or something close to the edge, you will see what I'm talking about. Her arm is about twice the length. Now I knew that when I was shooting it, but I also anticipated that she would move. And again, it's another huge benefit of shooting at that 20 frames a second, because she moves. And when she moves, her arm will be like crazy big out of the side of the frame, but then as she moves and she's very fluid, her arm becomes very proportionately correct. All of these shots were edited using Lightroom only, so you guys will be able to see the shots without much editing. Why? There is no way, because I'm going to share, I don't know, I think this video will have at least 300 shots, and they're going to go by very quickly because you're going to see her move. It's beautiful. It really is beautiful. Maddie's an artist in that way, and the fact that I can collaborate with her and create something like this is truly a pleasure and an honor for me. And let me know if you like this, guys. Let me know if you like this kind of stuff where I can break it down for you and really talk about the shots and what we do. And it's not the traditional video where you're watching me, you know, just rummage through crazy stuff. Obviously, I'm a Sony shooter. I'm a Sony artisan of imagery. You know, there are other cameras out there that do high frames per second, so you guys can just, if you're not a Sony shooter, you know, take this information and apply it to you and your work. But I will tell you, having shot with like the A6500 or shot, you know, cameras that are 10, 11 frames a second, 20 frames a second is a completely and utterly different ballgame. To be able to shoot that in a full frame sensor, it's amazing. This would have been difficult to shoot the A6500 because I had such little space. When I was shooting this, I was standing on the edge of the canyon and we were over the wall, just to be honest with you. I always put the model in the safe spot. I shot all of these natural light. Because no light is going to keep up with 20 frames a second recycle in appropriate time unless you're shooting with continuous lighting, LED lighting. So I shot these with natural light and I think they just turned out beautiful. We did have to scout around to a few of the areas to get a right part of the canyon where the sun was hitting correctly, and we were able to get the canyon, her, and everything in proper perspective. We did two separate locations, but we had burned through so much memory on the first location that by the time I got to the second location, we didn't have much memory left in the tank, and once we rolled through that one set, we said, you know, we're good. I hope you guys enjoy this. I really do. Take it and apply it to your work. When you are doing shots where there's fluidity, where you have a subject that is moving, a ballerina dancer, a karate expert, an athlete, anything of that nature, guys, these high frames per second can be phenomenal. They really can be phenomenal and do something different for your work. And I guarantee you one more thing, when your subjects see that not a single drop of their sweat and effort is wasted, and that you're capturing all of it, they're gonna love you for it. One thing I will note is the facial recognition on this camera. You know, the A9's focus is the best focus system I've ever used in any camera, hands down. And with the focus on this camera, the fact that it will maintain facial recognition on her throughout this entire process of her moving is a game changer for me. I don't have to worry about like a flexible spot or center focus or just choosing my focus point. That the Sony does it for me. That's an enormous benefit when your subject's moving around and you want to keep focus on the face. Could I have used eye autofocus on the face? Yes, I could. But the problem is if she moves her eyes away from the camera, as you'll see her doing some of these shots, then eye autofocus won't stick because there's no eyes for it to find and locate. So, you know, I really hope this helps, guys. And if you like these videos where I'm breaking it down a little bit more for you, please let me know. Please let me know. A huge thanks to Maddie. She is an absolute rock star. I love having her on my team, and she's a special person to work with. Speaking of that, if you've been following my social media at all, you will know that I recently, as of yesterday, got into a big accident and cut myself wide open while I was urbexing. It's probably why my hat is still really filthy. I took a really bad fall. So I'm sitting on the couch right now and editing today because I cannot shoot. I have been put under doctor's orders to not move because the stitches in my leg, we do not want them to rip out. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. Until next time, keep shooting, never give up on your dreams, guys. Find a regular works for you, and remember, you only have one chance to get it right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
You guys still here? Hello? Talking to you. Hey guys, if you want to learn online with me, go to patreon.com/JasonLanierPhotography, and you will be able to continue this craziness online from anywhere on planet Earth with me. If you want to join me live, go to JasonLanier.com/workshops, and you'll get to see me in my full glory live and in person, guys. I think there's a smudge on there. Is that it? Yeah, I got it. Talk to you later, guys.